The past 12 months have been quite the roller coaster. Here is some highlights.
We celebrated our 25th anniversary of being in business. We purchased an office and a shop location and moved the business away from our home for the first time. And we hit the $1 million mark for the first time as a company, ending 2020 at $1,099,000.
Our profit margin was at 26%, making our profit $290,927. We hired our first office manager and our first office assistant. We hired my dad as the full-time mechanic and materials manager.
We promoted within the company and created a field manager position. We added 4 trucks to our fleet, 3 of which were brand new, and we paid cash for all 4 of them. Our 17-year-old and our 14-year-old worked over the summer in the field for the very first time.
Our company grew by 30% in 2020. We are on track for 39% growth in 2021, making our projected revenue over $1.5 million. We increased our employee count from 25 in 2020 to 34 in 2021, and we added 251 new clients, increasing our current base by 46%.
This did not happen by accident. There were many challenges, opportunities, and learning experiences. Let's rewind.
I'm Jason Brassfield, and I started Brassfield Landscaping in 1996. Really, I was just pushing a lawnmower. When I was, 21 years old, I got married young, and we had a son with a myotubular myopathy, which is basically it's a muscular dystrophy. And we shortly had 3 more kids, so we were kind of like, I guess you could say, like in survival mode. And my main goal for many of those years was to work as hard as I could to make as much money as I could to give them the best life that they could possibly have. And they did. They had a really good life, but it was with a lot of sacrifice. There's a lot of things that I missed, early on, and a lot of things that I wish that I could have gotten back that now I have to make up for. I don't know, probably about when I was about 30 or so, our oldest son, Lane, passed away. And it kind of started a domino effect with, my first marriage. In 2013, that is when I met Kim.
I'm Kim Brassfield, and I married Jason in 2013. It was never our intention at the beginning that I would work for the business. He was fine doing it on his own, and I had my own job in my own field. That changed in the summer of 2014 when our first child, Braxton, was stillborn. Just like losing Lane was a catalyst for change in Jason's life, losing Braxton was a catalyst for change in my life. I decided to quit my job and to stay home and focus on my family, and that's what I did. We became pregnant again the next year, and thankfully Braden was born alive and healthy. But while I was at home, I started noticing some inefficiencies in the business and some small changes that I thought would make a really big impact in saving him time and work.
In 2015 is when I really met Brandon Peterman, and after we'd had a few phone calls, he actually asked me if I wanted to go to GIE with him. We talked the whole way there, and it was actually really funny that he had just gotten a book, Profit First, and we had listened to part of it on the drive. That's when I also really realized that I know absolutely nothing about business. We went to like the after party at GIE, and I really got to mingle with some people that were a lot like me that I actually didn't know existed. And that's when they were all like, let's go to SA4. We went to SA4, and we were not service autopilot users when we went, and Brandon introduced us to so many people. We had no idea that there was like a community behind the lawn care industry, the green industry. It was really eye-opening for us, and before we left SA4, we did sign up to use Service Autopilot.
We spent most of 2018 implementing Service Autopilot as much as we could into the business. We started doing our estimating, our pricing, our invoicing, and we also started accepting credit cards for the first time. By October, we were convinced we were on the right track, and at SA5, we joined Elite.
The first thing that I did after we had joined Elite was we went to Jason Cupp's very first roundtable, because we had no idea if we were making money. We had no idea what our profit margin was. I had never heard of the COGS. I'd never understood if we were making profit. I literally knew nothing about the numbers whatsoever, other than the fact that I had money in my bank account or I didn't. I really had tried to scale my business before, and I'd never been able to successfully do it because I couldn't figure out how to get notes to guys, routing, basically all the stuff that actually Service Autopilot answered all those questions. So, a year and a half into Service Autopilot, we were hardcore into everything that we could do to make everyone's jobs easier and to make it to where to scale. When we joined Service Autopilot, we had 1.5 trucks. So we had one truck that mowed all the time, and then we had another truck that kind of did everything else, or get materials, or whatever. And then as of now, at the end of 2021, we have 8 trucks and looking for a 9th truck.
The last 3 years, we have focused on different aspects of the business. We have put processes into place, hired key employees, and analyzed our profit and our pricing. The monthly academy sessions have been extremely beneficial when doing this. The ones that stand out the most are the Dominate Your Market one, where we wrapped all of our trucks and we redesigned our website. The Mastering Your Financials with Jim Houston, and we were actually able to have Jim Houston come visit our shop in March of this year and help us with our pricing. The very first session with Jonathan, employees, hiring, firing, managing, changed the way we handle our employees. Now we do not use subcontractors. All of our employees are employees. We created an employee handbook. The business bottleneck session with Josh Long really helped us identify our bottlenecks and figure out how we can get our processes to flow more smoothly. Also, Jason Cupp's sessions where he talks about Colby scores.
Our company culture is really good now compared to what it was several years ago when I didn't know what company culture was.
We have spent the last year trying to create a fun and positive company culture. We had monthly pool parties over the summer with our employees and their spouses and children. We've had ice cream sundae bars, dunk tanks, and an inflatable obstacle course. We have a brag board they see as soon as they walk in the door with customer and management compliments and positive feedback. We've had food trucks come in the morning for breakfast. If there's a rain delay, we'll take them out to lunch. We've done contests for the person that takes the best photo of their work. This job market right now is really tough, and we want to not only attract the best employees, but we want to actually keep them here too.
Our family life has changed significantly. Nights and weekends are now for family time only. No more doing estimates or answering the phone calls after hours. This last summer, we were actually able to take off of work and go to Universal Studios and Daytona Beach, and we didn't have to deal with the business while we were gone. I just want to take a minute to talk about the Academy trips. They're always so well put together. Thank you, Rhonda. Anything from renting razors to jumping off yachts in Cabo to renting dinner cruises in Chicago to snowmobiling. It's just, everything is always great. The classes, the learning, I always come back smarter than when I left. But, really the main thing that I do love about the trips and this academy is the friendships that you get there's a handful of guys in this group that I could call at any moment that I have a problem, and we will stop them, we will talk about it, we will figure it out, and I will do the same thing for them. So the friendships that I have are a lifetime gift.
The last 5 years have been a journey. It's been amazing, incredible, and life-changing. We spent 20 years grinding away in survival mode and never surpassed $300,000 in revenue. It was lonely, it was frustrating, and there was no growth and no progress.
I truly believe without Service Autopilot and the Academy, we would not be anywhere that we are today. But instead we've grown over 300%, and our revenue has grown over $1.2 million in the past 5 years.
And most importantly, we're having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
Look, I'm Brayden and I'm 6.
I'm Keegan and I'm 13.
I'm Chasen and I'm 15.
I'm Jaden and I'm 17.
Oh man, I already forgot what I was gonna say.